大家午安，午安。我看一下哦，等一下哦，等我一下，等我一下，我想一下，我不行，等一下，我开手机，我需要看你们的聊天室。今天事情有点多要讲啊，怎么办？好想看鸭的台哦，为什么我要2点开？好。Rima 午安，一晨午安，午安，大家午安，午安，午安。这里是很不想，只发现自己主推开台之后就不想开台的贝卡。今天的声音都还可以吗？游戏的声音会不会太大或太小声？噔噔噔噔噔啊，什么都缺。哦，但是用电脑版看画质真的是比手机好很多。我的子圈杏儿
No, I don't get it.
有吗？声音可以吗？今天因为会稍微比较吃一点，我们的那个会稍微比较吃效能，所以今天就先用跳跳，对，先用跳跳。我真的觉得这个它叫什么魔晶公司这个系统真的是让人很累，很不喜欢这个系统。每次进来的时候都要先在这边弄魔晶，就偏累。OK， 好了，我们来今天的重点是我们要看那个2之4。的新活动，对，但在那之前，先让我刷一下。我有一堆意识都没有看，一堆。我上次看已经不知道是谁的了，超级无敌久以前。这是谁的？水星的。我有超级多没有解锁。然后今天的话，主要就是我们看剧情，然后刷个关卡这样子，然后可能因为我的喉咙也还没有完全好，所以我们可能会有点安静这样子。然后我先看一下声音，有点大声。好。然后趁目前现在游戏在刷关卡的时候啊，就是先跟大家就是跟现在有在的人再讲一次，就是我们的3周年周边啊，目前是预计在下个礼拜天之前会出货完成，这样子，就是下礼拜天之前会把所有人的3周年周边都寄出。然后我们置顶留言的话，有现货卖场这样子。然后如果你是之前有参加预购的小齿轮，然后如果有想要现货，有想要买现货的话呢，可以到那个 Discord 有一个3周年预购的那个专属折扣码的小专区，我不知道大家有没有看到，但如果你有看到的话，就是或者是你可以再来问我这样子，就是如果之前有预购的，你现在想要从现货卖场购买的话，我们有一个就是折抵运费的折价券这样子，因为这样你们就不用重复付2次运费，这样子就是算是退60块给你们这样我就懒得去找钱这样。好，我们我们的紫圈星儿真的好可爱，然后卡池没有要抽的。OK， 好，那我们来看一下地球上最后的夜晚。而且因为我连 PV 都还没看，所以也是跟你们一起第一次看。
Seriously? You're doing the artificial storm experiment here?
You're not about to go swimming with my most treasured record, are you?
You must understand. This record is a vital element of the experiment.
玻璃心，组长好大。
Rock and roll.
Oh, don't fret. I've taken that concern into account.
What?
我有很多。
The closest potential location for the experiment appears to be directly on the route of this cruise ship, the Freebreeze.
Wow.
哇哦！
My calculations show that we're veering off course. We're accelerating on a southward trajectory.
These people are fortunate. Born at the top of wealth and privilege.
Miss Grace, please, show us a new way.
What a coincidence. I so happen to have a similar device myself. 1999? 2005? 2007?
There is a pioneer who has crossed the storm.
There's a language that transcends all barriers. Please, everyone, hold on to each other and follow the music. And you're going to do the experiment alone?
That's the plan. And if I fail, at least you'll have one more umbrella for the others.
啊，组长，组长，组长你不行啊，组长，什么意思？什么叫做如果你不小心患上时代病，还可以多一支平衡赛？不，好，我们马上来看剧情。生活是独立的，可生存不是。我来调整一下声音，有点小声。哦，它现在前面会有这个小动画，我把它调大声一点。OK， 等一下，如果太大声再跟我说吧。
When the first proverb appears on the shell, we reach the shores of elsewhere. The island, the upturned palm of Mother Sea.
The once drifting boat now beds itself in the golden sand.
When the second proverb appears on the shell, we kindle the fire, the crackling warmth, the spark of hope.
The joyful people are long blessed as one.
When the third proverb appears on the shell, we accept the sea's gift. The rolling waves, the plentiful fish.
The cool sea breeze cradles us.
When the fourth proverb appears on the shell, we face the test, the salty tears, the longing gaze.
Beyond the sea, I find no home.
Beyond the sea, I find no home.
Hmm. 新的背景图。
You did well today, Tutu.
哦，兔兔狮子，我一直以为兔兔狮
Thank
子
you,
的
Kamitsa.
声音会
I was
在
just playing my
幼
part
一
in
点，
celebrating the success of the trade
它
season.
看起来超幼的啊，
Nothing special, really.
它有超长呆毛哎。
What are we doing here? What could be more important than the celebration? I've never seen you sneak off on a bonfire night before.
Tutu, do you think you and your friends could fix up that old ship?
好大，
I know you're close with Toa, Solani, and the rest. They always make sure their first vows go to you. I'm sure they'd be happy to lend you a hand. And the elders like you too. I've heard many of them say they'll leave their spirit shells to you.
象形
So
贝
you can win
壳
their support too, right?
Whoa, slow down, Big Chief. Are you saying you want to fix up the quick spear?
Yeah.
But why? We've kept it docked for years.
刚在嘛，游戏声音比例刚刚好，太好了。
But the merchants already come by every few months to bring us hollow fruits and red snappers. Why would we need to sail?
不过那个重返未来的剧情量蛮大的，然后都有配音，所以
Yeah, but what if a storm hits?
我今天可能会很认真看剧情。
We've been through much worse than a few storms. Remember when the waves came and took away Malaga? Haloni cried for days over that little pebble castle. And then that strange oil polluted the water all around Ititi, the only place where the water's calm enough to hold a pow-pow race. We haven't held a race since.
把整座岛都染成
Then
黑色。
Niti and Vaipuna. But we've made it through. Because that's what we do in the face of difficulties, right? We stick together. Besides, we're doing just fine on Melly.
But what if we lose Melly to the waves as well?
重返未来音配超赞。对啊，
If it comes to that,
他会留下我的原因就是剩他的音配了
find
吧？
somewhere to stay for a while.
可是
Can I ask that of you?
2.7 版本有命名日哎，2.7版本命名日进箱子了耶。这样以后组长跟亚明会
You've
不会
been
进？
acting strange, brother. Are you thinking of sneaking off and leaving us?
I'm not going anywhere. I promise.
Neither are the rest of us, brother.
No. You must get ready. Start preparing now.
Something's been bothering you since last trade season. You've been spending a lot of time at the beach,
吉
looking
阳
out to
午
the sea.
安。
Did a witch put a spell on you? You better wear some malacca around your neck and carry nippones and doll sleeves.
No. There's no witch. It's just something Miss Grace told me. It's been bugging me.
啊，
Miss Grace?
格雷
That
斯好像
outsider who calls
是
herself a
就
captain?
是之前是重塑之手嘛，现在好像重塑之手的头老大变成那个格雷斯女士，在那个上前几次蓝手帕旅馆那次吗？也是。
I don't mean to alarm you, Mr. Kamuda. But 3 months from now,
她
Melly will
她
be
其实
devoured by
蛮
a
漂亮的
tsunami.。
哎呦，调一下我的麦克风。
Miss Grace, don't say such nonsense. You're welcome as a guest, but that doesn't give you the right to spread fear among my people.
他的模组动作是不是
What
跟那
if
个
I
之
told
前
you
210
that the
他们一
sinking
样？
of Malaga and Vaipuna wasn't entirely caused by the tsunami, but there were other factors at
Tsunami.
play.
淹水、洪水。
It is true that the tsunami sent them into the sea. But long before it struck, foreign military forces had been eyeing the islands for their strategic value.
Those rumbling sounds, they weren't thunder?
Thunder,
They
the
were
thunder.
torpedoes launched by humans.
Thunder, it was thunder.
And I have some unfortunate news regarding them.
The area is now under martial law. Any development plans for the region should be revised accordingly. These coordinates, they cover Nukuteao.
After a brief investigation, they concluded that your home is an unoccupied area suitable for their weapon testing. It won't be long before they publish a report on this new test site and receive their rewards for discovering it.
The veil of nothingness was cast by our ancestors to protect us from the outside world. I never
后华
thought
的
it
午
would put us
安
at risk.
不是鸭不是在开台吗？刚刚谁出卖我的？是谁？是谁出卖我的？
Perhaps it's time we remove the
是
mist.
谁刚刚出卖我的？
Will draw all kinds of attention. Miss Grace, may I borrow this document? My people need to see this.
Be my guest. But you'd better persuade them quickly.
Why is that?
Be my guest.
As far as I know, they're looking to expand the test site. It's on their agenda now.
其实我觉得他的服装蛮好看的啊。
We'll have to set up a meeting with them to negotiate.
Certainly. I wish you the best of luck persuading those warmongers. And for your safety in the coming tsunami.
你
With all due respect, Miss Grace, not even the Nukutai can predict the movements of the ocean that far in advance. On what basis are you making this forecast?
It's not a forecast, Mr. Kamuta. Call it the wisdom of hindsight. Or perhaps I should put it more clearly. Have you heard of the storm?
你没有出卖什么意思？听说鸭下个月没有要开课，我不要出卖我。
Brother! The rain's getting heavier. We must go inside.
她真的好幼哦，突突石子，她明明就很幼女啊，但她的声音好像没那么幼。
It's the tsunami.
她看起来超像那种软软肉肉的小朋友。
What's going on, Tutu? Kamuta?
No time for questions, Toa. We must bring these baskets to safety.
对啊，她的手是肉肉手哎，跟我一样。
There's food and clothes in there.
Here, I'll give you a hand. Chief, what are you doing?
Leave them. There's no time. We must get to the ship. Now!
Our people still have to live after the flood's over. If we don't bring something, what are we going to eat? Or wear? These things won't fall into our laps, you know.
Listen, it's different this time. You...
你
Tutu! Watch out!
What are all these splinter cats doing here?
其实我觉得风暴猫蛮可爱的，还是蛮可爱的魔镜。这是猫咪啊。
These aren't just splinter cats. Are those Sarmatian sea snails? And crabs with ghost faces?
I've never seen them all come out together before. What kind of storm is this?
啪啦啦。
They can sense the coming tsunami.
Come! We need more hands to drive them off.
他有小锤锤耶。
Understood.
Understood。我要用什么打？我应该不用动脑吧？我现在的队伍练得很强，应该不用动脑吧
？I thought it was an academic debate.
我超久没有用演队了，他到底多久没有出
The moment of utterance.
Another jar?
到底多久没有出演戏的角色？
There they are. Newly made this year.
Realm turns into
You don't want to miss it. ，Got you.
啊，他只有一回合，对，他只有一轮，我干嘛？那我干嘛打那么久？算了，随便。
Victory secure. I should excuse myself.
碾压那是当然，我也玩了1年多了吧。
Go! All of you, now!
可是
Everyone get to the quick spear!
他新的他新的版本
Tsunami. It's the worst I've ever seen.
的那个
Is it true? Is
塔
this
罗
the
牌
end
系
of
列的
Nelly?
啊，真的很好看。
Tutu! Don't just stand there. Get over here!
就说我为了要去看怪片啊，为了要去看，
to Bandvala.
为了要去看怪片，还特别把跳跳换成这样，然后我觉得蛮适合的。
Miss Grace!
他会成功拉拢他们吗？
Seems I'm right on time.
You're Miss Grace.
You should be more careful out here, dear. People of New Katao, are you ready to set sail?
Set sail? No. You've got this all wrong, outsider. We're not going anywhere. We New Katao will not abandon our home.
Tutu, wait. Maybe Miss Grace knows a better way.
Refuse all you like, miss, but your homeland will be completely submerged before long.
We appreciate your help, Miss Grace, and we'll make sure to return the favor as best we can. But we don't find your view on the situation all that convincing.
他的头发超级飘嘞，
Do you?
超级放飞的。
Take a look at this little creature. One of nature's many remarkable creations. It has a fitting name, too. The Moon-Eyed Fiddler. They hide themselves in the water, covering their traces with the ebb and flow of the tide. They only come ashore when the tide is high, and from there they migrate to quieter waters. The diviners and arcane dealers, they are the living gold of the ocean. But to the people who live near their regular habitats, they are an ill omen. Wherever they appear, floods are sure to follow. This tsunami is only the beginning. Animals migrate and leave their homes behind when conditions become unfavorable. You should do the same. Look around you. Think about your people.
Tutu, it's okay. We know you have your reasons.
什么东西？
Do we really have to leave?
The outside world is indeed full of dangers, but there is less to fear than you think. I'll help you through it. There it is, our ship.
这是什么？这又是什么？这是曾经的白画面，曾经的画面吗？现在已经不复存在的部分吗？地球上最后的夜晚。啊，这次的剧情。
Today's headlines. A new naval testing site has been established in an unoccupied area of the Eastern Pacific Ocean to facilitate future armament research and development. South America is facing a significant economic crisis marked by stagnation, inflation, and rising unemployment. The poverty rate in several regions has reached new highs in the last decade. The Ocean Conservation Association is calling for greater attention to be paid to the oil spill near the archipelagos, claiming that the relevant organizations have yet to launch a full investigation into the cause of the incident. The Free Breeze cruise ship is set to arrive in Sydney Harbour later today. Astrophysicists forecast a solar eclipse this month.
我的箱子。 我的大箱子。
Miss Radio! How could you do this to me? Today of all days? Your bloody alarm ruined my precious holiday lying!
My apologies, Miss Regulus. But it wasn't an alarm. It was the daily news broadcast.
讯号更好。
If the morning news isn't quite to your taste, I can offer a variety of alternatives, including programs on literature and music critique, Australian food, and so on.
Ugh, no!
Sorry, it seems I've caught you at a bad time.
啊，爱滋吧，可爱。
But please be careful, Miss Regulus. I know the LSCC encourages us to
examine
machines like Miss Radio, but I don't think a violent disassembly would go down so well.
Violence? If there's any sort of violence in this room, I'm the one receiving it. Where's my justice?
Well, I'm afraid justice might be slow to come. The Australian branch is going through restructuring at the moment. Things will be put on hold for a while. In the meantime, you've been assigned to a new team, the Storm Research Group. What? Me?
没错，就是你。
Yes. Mr. Ulrich's leading it. He made a special request for you to be on the team. He's looking forward to meeting you in person.
忽而离析，我的组长。
Just like that? Didn't anyone care to ask me what I wanted to do? Wait, why are you telling me this now?
The list of group members and the reasons for their selection have been up on Laplace's website for a week now. And today is its official founding day. You should be there, as a Laplace staff member and an important part of the new team.
Huh? Hold on a minute. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still on Team Timekeeper. And, more importantly, I'm still on my time off.
Good to see that you actually paid attention in our last group meeting, Regulus.
伟大的思成小姐。
Martin! Oh, thank God you're here.
Thank God you're here.
Go on, tell them I'm still on holiday.
Sorry to break it to you like this, Regulus, but today's our last day off.
You can't be serious.
Of course I am. Also, Mr. Ulrich has invited us to attend the ceremony in Laplace. Shall I give you a moment to get ready?
No!
这段剧情也蛮长的耶，我很喜欢每一次活动那个 to be continue 都不太一样。我上次都没有看，上次活动忘了看这些东西。上一次的活动因为上一次的活动不太会直接跳出来，就全部忘记这件事情。
Captain, we seem to have deviated from our route to Laplace.
A great pirate, Mr. Apple, doesn't simply rely on her compass. She must listen to her heart too.
Ah, this apple thought you were trying to slip away to make the most of your final day off.
Well, that do.
太中肯了吧！啊，头发现在好痒哦。
Whiskers all the way from Brazil. Perfect for brewing a chill wind elixir. Only 185
凉飕飕药剂。
See anything alike? You won't find a better price anywhere.
This is a good price. Do you have more of this stuff? Show me everything you've got.
啊，我刚刚原本
Might I remind you that Miss
我刚刚原本
Sotheby
想
is
先去
not
上厕所
travelling
的，
with us
忘记这
this
件事
time.
情了。可
Oh
恶！
yeah, you're right.
哦，你们听他唱一下歌好了，我去一下厕所，等一下回来。 嗨，好，回来了。
All right, mate. Whoa, love the colors. How about bringing in some pop art? Trust me, it'll take it to a whole new level. You should come visit London sometime. We've got some seriously groovy art on the streets.
Pop art? That's a bit dated, don't you think?
喝口水。
I beg your pardon? Did you hear that? We better go over there and check it out, Mr. Apple.
What is it? Could it be Manus Vindictae? Miss Verton did caution us against the Manus followers we might encounter in Australia.
No, it's something much more important than that.
什么东西？这个动画好像跟以前不太一样。这 BGM 也很不重返未来欸。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest sail-away party in all Australia. For those of you who haven't signed up for the trip, think again. This is the ultimate sailing experience.
你热爱音乐吗？
Food, drink, and music. Don't miss out. The free breeze is about to set sail. No need to worry about currency exchange, whether it's Australian dollars, Sharpodontes, arcane materials, or a rare collectible item. All are welcome in exchange for a ticket of equal value. A small price to pay for an unforgettable journey with the talented multi-instrumentalist Barcarola and her fantastic crackling box.
扒鸡夹子，扒鸡。
We've also prepared a little gift for our most enthusiastic guest. A free cruise ticket.
免费的。
That's what I'm talking about.
This apple should have known better.
对你早该知道的。
Ladies and gentlemen, the party starts now. Put your hands together for the enchanting Miss Barcarola and her captivating melodies.
Woohoo!
You're much too kind, Mr. Hamish, saying all these wonderful things about me. But I'm only a cruise musician.
It's thanks to the collective efforts of the whole crew that the Free Breeze has been
我
so
蛮喜欢他
successful.
的海军装
I
扮的
just feel
耶，
privileged to be a
而且
part of
配
it.
红发很好看。
I know you want to stay humble, Miss Barcarola, but there's no reason to be so modest. Many of our guests come aboard just to hear you play, and I'm sure there will only be more in the future. So what's the harm with hyping the crowd up with a little round of applause?
我现在好想吃
Well,
东西哦。
if it's for the ship, I suppose I can
今
handle
天
a
中午
little
吃泡
publicity.
面，然后贝卡爸煮的蛮好吃
Of
的。
course you
肉塔
can.
午
And
安
you。deserve it too. By the way, do you know the guest over there? She's very, enthusiastic.
午安午安。
Hmm?
现在在看剧情，所以可能会有一点安静，因为它的剧情是全语音的，所以我在很认真的看剧情。漂浮的苹
Been
果，
drumming up the crowd. sold us a load more tickets. We've never sold out so quickly.
All right, everyone, listen up. I've got some exciting news to share. This piece of paper in my hand could be your ticket to an incredible seafaring adventure. Just think about the cool breeze, the spruced-up cruise ship, and the awesome music. What more could you ask for? This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for a trip you'll never forget. So, let's get buzzing! Throw your hands in the air and your coins out of your pockets, and let your dreams come to life. Let's hear those coins jingle and fill your spirit soar!
Is she a local? Australians are known for their sunny disposition.
No one knows her, miss. But to be honest, I'd love to invite her to join the crew. If only the captain weren't so picky with the new recruits.
I know what you mean. Her enthusiasm is infectious. Maybe her energy would wake up our stuffy new captain. I'll never understand why the captain fired the old crew and hired a load of people who don't seem to have any clue about music. All they do is make noise, and not the good kind either.
We better keep it down, miss. They'll hear us.
We didn't hear any dissenting opinions about our captain now, did we?
什么都没听到。
Oh, of course not.
什么？我当然都没听到啊！哈哈哈哈哈。
Captain, if I may, perhaps it's time we made our way to La Place.
Come on, Mr. Apple. The crowd's going crazy for us. Can't you see how close we are to winning that free ticket?
你不是都在怂恿人赚给你钱钱的吗？还在缠人家的免费船票。
They what?
Oh, can I help you? I'm afraid Miss Barcarola won't be signing any more albums today.
What about my free ticket? Wasn't I the most enthusiastic guest tonight?
Sorry, miss. But the most enthusiastic guess was really just a turn of phrase.
哦，把这心替当
We're
真的。
nearly sold out tonight, and bookings are still coming in. I don't think we can spare a ticket for you. Come by next time, and we'll see what we can do.
You!
Easy, Captain. They never really explained what they meant by the most enthusiastic guest. We're in no position to argue.
What a bloody scam! I'm filing a complaint. Just you wait and see.
I understand your frustration, miss. The ship is sailing in just a couple of days. Even if you file a complaint right at this moment, we won't hear a thing from the tourist office before we set sail.
好狠！
I feel bad for her, Mr. Hamish. And just think how this will affect our reputation. With your consent, I'd like to offer this young lady a ticket and a stay in my cabin. I'll be more than happy to pay for her.
You've done this so many times, Miss Barcarola. I'm afraid I have to turn you down. You know the new captain won't exactly be thrilled to have a freeloader on the ship.
听他的，就是巴卡洛尔的
So, how much longer do you need to think up an
名字
excuse?
翻译为什么不是翻巴卡洛拉之类的？
In view of your outstanding enthusiasm, we offer you a special gift for your help with our event.
虽然洛尔也蛮好
Thanks
听
for your support.
的啦。哼。
Wait! I'm so sorry about all this, Senora. I hope this will compensate for it. Huh?
Huh?
I hope we can see each other again. Preferably soon. What?
哦，但他的签名好好看哦。我以后也要学他那样签名。唉，什么东西？心经。噔噔噔，时机。我胡扯不下去了，这份文件只有这张照片是他本人提供，不会给他任何待遇，直到他亲自来把这张表上的空白都填满。优秀的角色天赋，笑死，组长受不了。这是上面还是 fail 的？笑死！啊！组长又出现了！组长，我现在就需要组长。
So, they gave you this flyer at the sail-away party?
Not just that one. There's a whole stack of them.
All right, Researcher Regulus. I think I've got everything down. Let's run through it again. Researcher Regulus suffered horrendous mistreatment during the pre-sale event of the Free Breeze, which has had a significant psychological impact on her. In order to recover from this traumatic event, she formally requests
a 1-year advance on her salary and 15 days of leave. The funds are to be used solely to book passage on a cruise trip, with the goal of replacing her negative experience from the pre-sale event with a more positive one.
我也想要。
I'm telling the truth.
我告诉你的就是我遇到的事实。
I can see that bottle of artificial tears in your hand, Regulus. Please put it away. There's no need for dramatics.
好大。
Thank you, Ulrich. I knew there was a soft spot underneath all that metal.
Not so fast, Regulus. I never said I agreed to your request.
我是不会理你的。哎，
Why?
组长的那个识别牌。
Anybody else, aren't I? Shouldn't Laplace be looking out for my well-being?
Regulus.
组长的识别牌上面这边的脸是他的那个哎，等一下啦，不要跳这个。他的脸是他的脸的那个点点哦，好烦哦。
You've been working in Laplace for 11 months now, and you still haven't submitted your performance appraisal or published a single valid project result.
组长超生气。
In other words, you haven't completed your probationary period, so you can't get the benefits of a full-time employee.
好喜欢组长哦，什么时候时装
？And to top it all off, you didn't even show up to register at the first Storm Research Group meeting.
Well,
Please save me the excuses. There's still a chance for you to turn things around. You can take another assessment. We'll use the results to make up for the assessments you've missed. It'll be crucial for your performance review and, consequently, your employee benefits.
好喜欢乌尔里希的脸脸哦。
Bring it on.
Easy there, researcher Regulus. You're taking a test, not going to war.
I thought you said it was just a test.
I did, and I meant it. This is just some light
可能会用到的参考资料库了，这么高一叠。
And this is the test. The numbers on this paper may appear random, but they're actually an encrypted code. Your task is to figure out what the message is. You can use the computer to help you, and you might find some useful books and papers in the second drawer on your left. The instructions for the computer and a guide on how it works are all in there.
帮大家说一下，他刚刚组长有说他的目标是要解析这样，把他们里面的资讯解析出来。我只看到 H2O 这样。
You better keep your word, Ulrich, or you'll be no different than those sailors. At least they didn't torture me with maths. Lend me your strength, Brian May, Jim Morrison, Frank Zappa. Oh, God!
这是不是面对考试的大家？大家面对考试都很痛苦。
You're taking a test, not going to war.
对他来说，应该跟送死差不多。
This apple has an impression on this.
Maybe you were their target because you are an irrational number.
Is it really a puzzle unsolvable?
Are you scared?
生气。
Captain!
Follow me, Regulus.
Best of luck, researcher Regulus.
什么意思？这一段到底怎样
Where am I? Who am I?
他领
Why
悟
is
了
this。happening to me? Is this some kind of cruel joke from that Aperon lot? Somebody! Anybody! Help me! Please!
真的是1999的亲女儿哎。突然的进入小游戏的环节吗？我要干嘛？补上边框线条。速读。OK。点击空位，再将数字填入。OK， 好。4、5、6、7、8、9 ，OK， 好。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8，这边就1嘛。OK， 好，那就很快啦。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。1、2、3、4、5。1、2、3、4、4。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、5。反正一个一个看。1、2、3、4、5、6，这是6。1、2、3。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。 complete regulars 这样 ，OK， 哈哈哈。只是速读的话，我还可以的。
Glad to see you're still in high spirits, Researcher Regulus.
组长
But this doesn't add up. I gave you an encrypted code, not a Sudoku puzzle.
What do you mean?
晴天霹雳 ，pew！
Come on, get yourself together. The 9th storm has passed, Researcher Regulus. You've had plenty of time to brush up on your math.
甚至要从学数学开始。
All right, let me explain. All you have to do is a basic decode and transcription of the result using the Laplace encryption key. See how the 4th from last digits have changed? There are no numbers greater than 24 within the 17th interval, and those in the 18th interval don't exceed 59. So, if we make a bold assumption here, these numbers have probably been coded using Laplace's nomenclature, where the codes of time are always placed between
以前
the
上
12
课的
and
时候都觉
18th
得这些东西
intervals.
很缓。
You'll see this a lot here. We use them for ships, satellites, manpower arrangements, and such. Finally, we input the result into the Laplace astronomy database to see if we find any matches, and there. A set of photos taken from space.
Huh?
Huh?
Are you telling me I spent the whole day doing this just to find a few photos?
These aren't just any photos, Researcher Regulus. Take a closer look. The first picture was taken on December 2nd, 1995, the day the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory was launched. The second picture was taken on June 25th, 1997, during a period of sunspot activity. The third one is from November 21st, 1998. It's an image of the first satellite ever deployed from a space station.
And the fourth is from December the 28th, 1999. Is that a rugby game?
Yes. Looks like it was the last one held in that stadium in Melbourne. The place is just a commercial district now.
But, wait. This isn't right. If you're suggesting what I think you are, then these next photos are...
That's right. From the 5th photo onward, we can't pinpoint their exact time or location. But it seems they involve Halley's Comet, 136199 Eris in the Kuiper Belt, the Uluru Games, and a rock festival. And there are more. Take a look at these timestamps. February 9th, 2001. October 21st, 2003. November 2005.
And the last one's from... April the 16th, 2007.
如果脑袋没跟上，他们不是停在1999了吗？从早上去做完体
This
检，
proves one thing.
就
Before all our struggles to study and control the effects of the storm,
还没脱袜子。
this pioneer crossed the storm unscathed and sent us these images.
But... Why are you telling me all this? Did everyone else's assessments turn into some kind of top-secret briefing? All I wanted was an advance on my salary.
组长好头好痛，他不行了
For。once, could you see the bigger picture here? We've been presented with an amazing opportunity. and all you can think about is your salary?
“你能想到的就只有你的薪水吗？”
In here. What, are we inside some kind of vacuum cleaner? Is that why you always wear that fish tank on your head?
你怎么可以说人家的头是鱼缸？
What's got you so quiet? Pulling the strong and silent act now?
Here we are.
Here, as in...
The Laplace launch site in Sydney. We've collaborated with the Foundation and the Space Agency for various projects here.
Thanks for the heads up. I almost thought we just barged into some rock star's house.
It will actually take another 2 years before this place becomes an official launch site.
Oh, yeah, right. We're basically living in the past.
I visited various launch sites to verify the photos. Guiana Space Center, Placid's Cosmodrome. Then, I found this place. Most of its archives were lost in the storm, but a small portion of the early records survived. I left them here with the rest of the files I compiled. Damn it! Where did they go?
Huh. So, does this mean we can
还
all go
想
home
逃
now?
啊？还想逃啊 ？Regulus
Absolutely not.
啊，你不行。
All right, new task. Stay put and don't touch anything. I need to find those files.
我理智快要崩溃了。
Fine. Oh, amazing! An old military base. Mysterious photos. This is going to be juicy. No chance Ulrich is stopping this rockin' pirate from going after treasure. I mean, very, very important files. The hunt is on. Ha ha! Let's start with what's on this table. La 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 da 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 do 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 do. I almost forgot. Can't go treasure hunting without some music to rock out to.
怎么还？
Woohoo!
Damn it! I forgot to tell her to keep quiet. What's happening? Is this an earthquake?
组长，头好痛哦，组长。光是我看我也头觉得好痛哦。
Ah, crap. This is the note I wrote last time I was here.
这就是我留下来的。
Regulus, turn off that speaker now!
Da da da. 啊，组长
For fuck's sake! I knew I should have upgraded my memo module!
拉普拉斯脏话。
Calm down, Ulrich. You're a leader. It's part of your job to clean up after your team.
他真的好痛苦哦！以前亚迷就让他够痛苦了。现在就是总是需要一个这种可怜人处境嘛。什么时候组长进箱子？什么？我看一下啊、这要怎么打
？Easier to fight here than a back alley.
这一真好帅啊，好喜欢哦，他帅哥。我想一下啊、他怎么打嘞
？Time to heat up the forge.
I've got some trouble brewing.
8th Street style.
I'm an artist with steel.
I never miss. Most of the time, anyway. That's nothing.
这有点难办。这样。
Brave decision.
Hold on to that.
Get ready. This is going to be a. I've got some trouble. Get ready. This is going to be a crowd pleaser.
A sharp blade.
Give this a taste. Wait for the pop.
What you think about this?
结束了。
I've got you at my side. I've got nothing to worry about.
真的好大哦，真的好大哦！每次看追都觉得它真的好大哦，怎么这么大
？Flux! Flux! Finally, it's over.
拉普拉斯脏话。其实今天好像
Don't overheat. You'll have to get used to this
今
if you
天
want
好
to be
像
a
应该要
good
去
leader.
睡个午觉，早上很早就起来了。
Ulrich! Look what I found! Where's my round of applause? If you're even half a leader, you'll fight your hardest to get a decent salary
好
for
了，
such
不要
an
再求
outstanding
薪水
employee as
了
myself.。
Sure.
我觉得组长又不行了，
Just one more
这好
thing.
爆炸。
Scientist to scientist.
You made some pretty cool electronic music in that battle. Didn't know you had it in you.
Here are all the files related to the satellite. Look them over, Regulus.
他很认真在引导
Do we
习题
have to go through all this right now? Why? Is there some even more juicy stuff in them?
For you, it might be. The satellite carries a variety of arcane items. Space seeds, dragon tree resin compasses, obsidian crystals, WFPCs, astronomical spectrometers. Even its power source is an arcane record player. We've made a list of everything that was on it so we can test them against the artificial storm. The satellite is an archive of the wisdom of the entire human race. It somehow survived multiple storms.
What are you gonna do with it?
Sadly, a lack of maintenance caused it to plummet to the Earth. It crashed in your time, 1966.
How do Mr. Apple?
The telescope project was named after a record that was on the satellite, which also happens to share your name.
Regulus. My little thing. It was the record on the satellite.
好可爱哦
Yes, that's the one. Wow, you've kept it in great shape.
So, this is the key to braving the storm?
It might be, amongst several other options.
I get it. That's why you wanted me on the storm research team.
Not just that. I've read the Appear on Island reports. You demonstrated some serious talent with the series puzzle in that cave. And you've faced more storms than the majority of the Laplace staff. We're not working together for a couple of research papers. This is about the survival of everything on Earth. We need all the help we can get, including yours. In fact, Laplace even held a meeting with the Foundation to discuss borrowing your
刚
record.
刚切到新题的时候，那
The
个
Foundation
BGM
suggested
直
we
接
apply for
安
an
静
item，transfer order under the Artificial Storm Project
直
and let
接
the
安静。
timekeeper take over the matter. Some of my colleagues told me that, according to LSCC regulations, lending assets to the center is mandatory for all staff.
然后又安静。
But, all right. Let me be honest with you. I'm not comfortable with taking your record by force. It's yours after all. It's your choice what you do with it. So, here I am. Not as your leader, but as myself. Hoping we can find a solution that
BGM 又
works for
回来
both
了
of us.
Has anyone ever told you that you're terrible at negotiations?
Ah, damn it. I knew it wouldn't be easy.
好可爱，他怎么这么可爱啊？
Go ahead, Mr. Ulrich. Take it. Before I change my mind.
You're willingly giving it over to the Artificial Storm Project?
Are a cause even greater than rock music? Absolutely. But just to be clear, I'm only lending it to Laplace. You have to give it back when you're done. It's the only copy in the world and the future centerpiece of the Regulus Museum.
Thank you, Researcher Regulus. Thank you so much. I was gearing up for a much tougher talk. I even applied for additional funding and a month's leave to offer you
用不上了，都用不上了。
What？
哇，那个小不拉几的字体直接放大不知道几倍。
Timekeeper.
哦，我的小思思。
Sinetto, what's the rush?
I just wanted to remind you that our vacation in Australia is over. If you need any help packing, please let me know. Oh, and I have something for you.
Huh?
Regulus asked me to pass these out. She won them at a sail-away party. She said they're highly valuable, the finest choice for any collection, if I recall correctly.
Looks like an ordinary flyer to me.
I've already inspected them. They're just advertisements with a handwritten signature in the corner, and some completely over-the-top promises. Regulus told me it's a trick that advertisers use. They use fancy words to catch people's eyes and make it seem more grand. Phrases like, an opulent odyssey upon the boundless sea, tour the illustrious Pacific coast, a veritable feast of harmonic reverie, rare and fortuitous seasonal discount, and facilities unimaginable in their splendor. What's this on the back? Nor happiness, nor harmony, nor fame. Nor pride, nor strength, nor skill in arms or arts.
Before a cruel whip, man who man would be must rule the empire of himself. In it, must be supreme, establishing his throne. On vanquished will, quelling the challenges of hopes and fears, being himself alone.
Is everything all right, Timekeeper?
Sinetto, change of plan. We need to contact the Foundation, now.
今天喉咙还是有点不舒服。
Good afternoon, Mr. President. May the peace be with us.
May the peace be with us, my friend.
Xeno has been restored to its usual state. Aside from Igor's ardent supporters, the rest of the Xeno soldiers and officers were unaware of his betrayal. Just as we expected. Admiral Igor's funeral has been held as planned, one that befits his rank and status. All relevant personnel remained in South America for the ceremony, as per Xeno's funeral regulations. We're in the process of selecting a new admiral. I'll provide you with a candidate list shortly. Additionally, we've dispatched an investigative team to Tierra del Fuego to search for Igor.
Very well. What about the girl?
The girl? Are you referring to Lopera?
Oh.
Her emotions have stabilized, so we've decided to leave her in South America for the moment. Of course, she'll be put through the necessary investigations as circumstances dictate.
Keep a close eye on her. Oh, and that little singing bird?
Xeno is quite upset about our decision regarding Miss Kimberly. They're insisting she undergoes a more thorough investigation. I feared that if we gave too much pushback, they would take a more extreme stance in response. So I agreed.
Those soldiers never budge.
Of course, Xeno agreed that the investigation would be done under the supervision of the Foundation. If nothing else comes up, she will be put into the Timekeeper's team and granted the same rights as the other members.
Good. Don't keep Verton waiting too long.
There's more. Madam Z has received word from the Timekeeper. The Timekeeper suspects Manus Vindicte is active again in Sydney Harbor. They're likely on board a cruise ship named Free Breeze. This would explain why our field investigators have been having difficulties with their tasks.
每次看康斯坦丁的时候，都觉得他的头发很 Q， 他的那个刘海。
Where's the cruise bound for?
That's still unclear, sir. However, Moth just reported in confirming that the ship has passed the Oceania Islands.
An interesting development.
Indeed.
We're making excellent progress. That's good. Assign a new mission to Verton.
You mean to send them on that cruise?
We can't keep her under our wing forever.
Understood.
What brings you all the way over here, old friend?
Oh, 好可爱哦。
So, Laplace has requested the Foundation's assistance with the Artificial Storm Project?
Yes. Ulrich is overseeing the project and has requested as much asymmetrical nuclide R as we can spare. He's also requested our help in determining the most suitable location for the experiment. I have several in mind that should meet his needs. The location closest to Laplace's Australian branch is on the sea, right where the Freebreeze cruise ship happens to be.
I see where you're going.
However, I do have concerns about how this might disrupt our current plans against Manus Vindictae.
Regardless, Laplace will have our full support for the Artificial Storm Project.
But Moth's status still remains unclear. If we proceed too hastily,
真的好认真在看剧情哦。
we might jeopardize the situation.
有时候觉得1999的剧情这样多到不认真看的话会会错过很多。好想吃东西。
Is this also the Pax House's decision?
You have my word on it.
吃一点。
I see. I'll inform the Timekeeper and Ulrich of their missions.
Thank you. I look forward to their meeting.
We meet again, Timekeeper.
Pleasure's mine, Mr. Ulrich. I've heard good things about your work with Regulus.
Frankly, I was surprised by how selfless, passionate, and forward-looking she is. I'm truly grateful to have someone like her on my team.
The situation on the Freebreeze is still unclear. We don't know how many Manus Vindictae followers might be on board. Our plan is to board the cruise as ordinary passengers. Regulus said she's made acquaintance with a crew member and has made sure to alter our profiles so we don't attract any unwanted attention.
That's good to hear.
So
Regulus didn't use her money for her own amusement after all.
我看你是不够了解哦。
We should stagger our boarding times. I'll reach out if I spot any signs of Manus Vindictae. Let's stay in touch. See you on board.
Mr. Ulrich, we're more than happy to assist with your mission.
Oh, no. Please don't trouble yourself. Sorry, don't get me wrong. I'd appreciate your help were the circumstances different. But the experiment is still confidential. Please don't mention it to anyone. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary risks or interference. On the cruise ship, we are but strangers.
他真的显显的，不是他真的显显的，讲什么废话
Don't you worry. I have a little
他
disguise
真的
for
蛮适
myself
合
too.
装配饭，但我就再接淀粉，只好暂时把它当成零食来吃。虽然我好像也快吃完了。要听很久了是不是？我想你们的，这是哪个时间点啊？1至5啊。咕噜噜。我想我应该分开了，好可爱哦。运动会。要完成，怎么回事？他是新的船长哦，原来就是他。 摇滚海盗，为什么替他说话？帕基夹子，我会亲自监督他。我今天应该也不会全部看完吧，可能就是看一点，然后我等一下去休息，剩下我再自己找时间看。只是想说今天好像不开一下台，好像哪里怪怪的。
Miss Barcarola, at last you've graced us with your presence. Henry and I were just having a little wager on whether we'd see our musical star outside the spotlight. Looks like he'll be buying me the next round of whiskey, eh?
Well, that's signore. Allow me to pour you the first glass. How do you like your whiskey? On the rocks, perhaps?
Indeed. Thank you, my dear.
Over here, Mum! It's Miss Barcarola! Last time I saw her, she performed an entire symphony all by herself. She was the whole orchestra. I've never seen anything like it.
It's good to see you again, my little friend.
Miss Barcarola, what a pleasure. I've heard so much about you. My child hasn't stopped talking about you since you spoke to him about the didgeridoo at Sydney Harbour. He was so excited by it that he begged us to bring one on board.
How lovely! The didgeridoo truly is an enchanting instrument. It's so resonant, don't you think? It almost feels like it's echoing from the depths of the earth itself. I've actually been experimenting with playing it alongside my crackling box. It's a wonderful match with the tin whistle and kalimba, and I'm sure a number of other instruments too.
Looks like she's pretty popular too.
Two?
Have you forgotten, Sonetto? You're also looking at a popular public figure yourself. One that had half of London hunting. Cheering for her. Ah, the bittersweet burden of fame.
That group over there seems unusually uptight.
Oh, those are the captain's special guests. They're from one of the Oceania archipelagos. Nukuteao, I believe. They're probably just a bit nervous. I imagine they don't often find themselves among so many foreigners.
Nukuteao. I read about it in a history of arcane ethnicity back in the SPDM. It's a remote place, and its people hold a special kind of shell at the center of their beliefs. They've rarely made contact with the outside world. It's often been described as a peaceful paradise. I also read that the Nukutai almost never leave their homeland. Why are they here?
Nukutai will never abandon our homeland. Just wait. We'll find our way back when the new era comes.
The new era.
Toa, that's enough. Tutu told us not to talk with outsiders.
But someone had to tell them the truth.
I apologize. I didn't mean to accuse you of anything. I was just curious.
Well, next time, keep your mouth shut. What could you possibly know about the Nukutai?
Please, everyone, no fighting. I'm Barcarola, the musical director. Is there anything I can help you with? I'll do all I can to ensure everyone has a pleasant experience.
What's going on? What do you want?
Ayo.
Tutu! Alone, Toa, stay back! These outsiders can be dangerous.
Dangerous? Have you never heard of me before?
努力压制住好奇心。
Whoever you are, I ask that you leave us in peace.
You...
Tutu, think the tides you came. I wasn't sure what to do.
So are we going to take Miss Grace's offer or not? She promised it would bring our islands back.
Enough, Toa. These outsiders don't need to know why we're here. And stop mentioning Miss Grace. It could draw unwanted attention.
But what's there to hide? There's no shame in wanting our home back. If we don't stand with Miss Grace, we'll lose Nukuteao forever.
I want to go home too. Probably more than anyone. I already miss Melly's red coral reefs, blue sea, and canoe races. We'll get through this, Toa. I promise we'll be neighbors again, picking breadfruit and coconut flowers together. But before we accept Miss Grace's offer, there's a few things that need to be made clear. And remember, none of these passengers are to blame for what happened to our home. Okay? But Miss Grace has offered us a way home. We'll have our islands back, just as they were. Our promised land. We will go home, Sloane. Trust me. I just need to figure out a few things first. Starting with this wonderful new era she keeps talking about.
You seem a little on edge, Chief Kamuda.
Miss Grace, how much longer do we have to wait for this new era to come? Many of our people have never left Nukuteao before. We're struggling to adjust. Some have even fallen sick. We can't stay adrift on the sea like this much longer. Our spirits are low. The shells of some of my people have begun to crack. Not everyone is strong enough to endure this journey.
晕船
Please, Miss Grace,
无法接受
you
晕
have to help
船
us.
It pains me to hear this. The journey must go on. You have nowhere to return to after all. We still have some space on the deck. You can use it to store your people's bodies should they die.
That's not exactly what we're asking for. Please show us another way. Help us like you did when you foresaw the destruction of Melly. I beg of you.
I've already shown you a way, haven't I?
Oh, no.
You mean joining the Manus? But the Nukutai haven't had a conflict with anyone for centuries. That's why we hid ourselves away from the world. Difficult to persuade my people to do this. All we want is for our people to return to familiar soil, to feel our spirits at home. Nothing more.
But Melly is already gone.
Yes, but that doesn't mean we should take revenge on the outside world. It was an act of the sea itself. It would be unjust to blame anyone for it.
你不要再拿你的小锤
What
锤
about
了
the。torpedo test sites designated over Malaga and Vaipuna? Aren't there people who should answer for that?
It was probably just a mistake. The area they chose was far from the main islands of Nukuteao, and hardly anyone fishes there. They may not have realized that my people lived there.
And the oil spill? The wastewater discharge? Were all those fish killed by pollution also just an act of the sea?
他真的很喜欢挑起纷争诶。我去
Of course you're not. After all, they've
我
only
去
stolen everything
装
you've
个
ever
水
held dear.
等我一下。 奶呢？这边下去拿了饼干。嘟嘟嘟嘟。
And arrogantly assumed every inch of this planet is theirs to exploit. War is inevitable, whether you want it or not, Nukutai.
No.
But if you join us, you will have an invaluable ally. Time. The window is closing. The sifting is about to begin.
他们有好多奇怪的名字啊。
Has it really come to this? To revenge?
No. No.
Oh no. It's quite the opposite. It's salvation.
我刚刚原本想说我要把这一章剧情看完，然后我就来关关。那他现在卡在这里，下一节还要再看一节吗？还要再看一节吗？一节。 感觉是个10分钟哎，但我有点想睡觉。组长在后面，好喜欢组长。糖罐人工梦游，好好点唱机加速点播哦。 因为这次好像版本缩减了2个礼拜的样子，我看一下。糖果日，对，缩减了2个礼拜。什么？我有糖快要到期了？好吧，我们今天先到这边好了。 然后，我想一下哦，我想一下，我们晚上会开吗？晚上应该不会，明天应该也不会。然后，我先把游戏关掉。等我一下哦。 想一下，我们这2天应该都不会开，然后想想，应该下次开就是下个礼拜1了，然后下个礼拜的周表应该会早一点出来吗？对，因为这2天想要多休息一下。 就是这个礼拜太久没有工作，想要多休息一下这样子，但是可能还是会把一些新的资讯，就是像是等一下现货卖场什么的，还是会放到那个 会放到 Discord， 我会跟大家讲一些详细的东西这样子，然后大概是这样。好啦，那就到这边了，我要去睡午觉了，大家晚安，不是晚安，午安，午安。今天开的有点突然，大概也是个死亡时间。如果我下次还想再开的话，就如果这2天还想突发的话，就再说。我要去补丫丫的歌会了啊！午安午安，辛苦了辛苦了，画画的午安，好 ending。